friends, welcome back to my channel, Clover Rosie Art. Today I'm going to do a video where my two pet rats help me design my character. Meet Rosie and Clover. I know when most people think of rats, they think that they're gross, but rats are actually the sweetest little pets. They are so friendly and so lovable. And this video is a collab with my sister Art Life, so make sure to check out her video after mine. Now let's get on with the video. I laid out choices for them on pieces of paper with tiny pieces of Cheerio on top. Cheerios are their favorite snack. I switched off which rat would pick the piece of paper so that they would each have a chance to help me design my character. At the end, they decided that my new character would be a fantasy girl with short curly hair and fancy clothes. She would be extroverted, live in a warm climate, would not be half animal fantasy creature, and would live on land. Now with Clover and Rosie's guidance, it was time to design the character. I drew a rough sketch before, and now I'm outlining it. For the fantasy creature that my new original character would be, I ultimately decided on a fairy with beautiful butterfly wings. I imagine that fairies live in warm climates for the most part, and they live on land. Although they are part insect, insects aren't animals, so I think fairies would meet all of Clover and Rosie's choices. I try to make her expression look outgoing since she's extroverted, and now I'm drawing in her short curly hair. I made her hair about chin length, so not too short, but still pretty short. I always imagined fairies with long, flowing, straight hair, so it was nice that my rat chose a totally different hair design than I would normally go for. I gave her a lot of thick hair and made it very voluminous. If you guys are wondering how I draw my art style, then stay tuned because sometime before the end of November, I will be releasing a video on how I draw it. Fun fact, when I decided to change from my old style, it took me forever to find this style, along with a few months of art block earlier this year. I'm just so glad I finally have it now. Since the rats chose fancy summery clothing, I just her in this flowy knee-length dress with a neat V-neck and a shirt underneath. I kept her arms simply by her side, not doing anything crazy, since in this picture she's just fluttering right above a flower. I drew her legs crossed one in front of the other like she's about to land on the flower. I also gave her simple flats. I gave her a belt too. Before I went into more detail, I outlined her wings as well as her little insect antennas. I know most fairies don't have any antennas, but I decided that it would fit well with her butterfly theme. I also outlined the flower that she's fluttering over before I went in and themed the sleeves in the butterfly wing pattern. I really loved how they turned out. They should make shirts like that in real life. I would totally wear it. Now it's time to move on to what really makes her stand out from my other characters, her large, delicate butterfly wings. I just went in and matched each side as best as I could with these rounded rectangles and squares, like the ones I have seen on monarch butterflies before. I was thinking about coloring her in as a monarch butterfly, but I wasn't sure. Even so, I still decided to do the monarch pattern since it was pretty much what I thought of when I thought of butterfly patterns. I decided to let Rosie decide for monarch colors or not. She pretty quickly decided that I should go with other colors, so other colors it was. Before I went in with any other colors, I'm outlining the places around the patterns in a thick black border of sorts. I was still deciding which colors I would use to color it in, since I couldn't do the monarch butterfly colors, so I settled to do the part that I knew which color it would be first. Honestly, I'm scared that my black marker will run out of ink soon, since I tend to use it so much. It's still working great at the moment though. It took me a little while to go in and color all the black parts of the wings, but once I was finished, I loved how it turned out. She's reminding me more and more of a butterfly by the second. I think that Clover and Rosie would love how this is turning out too. Do you guys have any pets? Comment down below. For years I had no pets, even though I love all animals. Then at the beginning of October, my sister and I got Clover and Rosie. I love them so much, even though at times they can be handy. They were very smart creatures too. Funny story, one time they both climbed all the way up onto my head just to try to get up onto a table where we kept all the things that we didn't want them to get to. Don't worry, I got them down before they could get up there. Like I said earlier in the video too, they're also very sweet. Even with the whole room that we let them free roam in, they tend to stay close to me and my family. Rosie also loves falling asleep inside of my hoodie pockets, and Clover will always be climbing up on my shoulder. If you are interested in ever keeping rats as pets, I recommend you check out YouTube channels like Emiology or Shadow the Rat. They really helped me when I was researching rats before we got them. Anyway, I know, you're probably saying, this is a drawing video, not a video about rats, or you're really enjoying hearing my stories about my pets. Either way, it's time to get back to talking about drawing. I ultimately decided that she would be a purple butterfly. I colored her wings this light purpley color that I really ended up liking. I don't think there are any real purple butterflies, but maybe in this universe that she lives in there are. I mean, she is a fairy after all. If she can exist in whatever fantasy land she is in, then purple butterflies can definitely exist. I also think it's nice to change up the colors because most people would color her in the colors of a monarch butterfly. Good choice, Rosie. I'm telling you, these rats know what they're doing. I debated coloring her wings in different shades of purple, but ultimately decided on just using the one. I also decided to color in the shirt with the butterfly wing shapes the same color. Then I took my dark purple Tombow marker to color in her summery dress almost all the way to the bottom. To make it look a little fancier, I colored the bottom portion the same purple as the wings. It sort of looks like she dyed the bottom of the dress a different color. Ooh, do you know what? She seems like the type of fairy that would create her own clothing. Yes, she definitely created this fancy dress. With my third shade of purple, that reminds me of a lighter version of storm clouds, I colored in her short curly hair. To add some contrast to all the purple tones, I colored her eyes in light green. Now I'm coloring in the flower. I colored the center with this orangey yellow and the petals with the same purple as her hair. After I drew the fairy, name ideas began to spark in my mind. I came up with 3 different names: Amethyst, Nessa, and Rissa. At the end, I will have Clover choose what her name will be. We'll see which one she likes best, because I'm honestly not sure which one is my favorite. It always takes me a while to settle on names for characters, so this will definitely help speed up the process. And if it works, maybe I'll just choose names with the help of Rosie and Clover from now on. To add some more dimension to the drawing, I added these darker yellow dots to the center of the flower as the seeds, and these purple lines to the petals that look like the After I finished the flower, I went back to the fairy and colored the skin with this very light tan color. Let me just say, I have not created an original character in so long since I was just coming out of an art block I mentioned before 3 weeks ago. She was a really good one to start up with. It feels really good to create once more. Once again, I must thank Clover and Rosie. They're the real stars of this video. Now I'm going in with my white gel pen and adding those little white dots to the edges of the fairy's wings like I've seen on monarch butterflies before. She's pretty much like a mashup between a monarch butterfly, a fantasy purple butterfly, and a fairy. Maybe there's some whole backstory behind the type of fairy she is. Or maybe her kind is just monarch butterfly fairies with crazy colors. Now it's time for the background. I wanted to use the colors that I used to color her in, but at first I wasn't sure what to do. Finally, I was struck with inspiration. I thought of doing clouds, because clouds are colored a lot of the times as purple. So I went in with my lightest purple and drew in color with few clouds. I also drew in mark clouds with a slightly darker color purple that reminded me of the light storm clouds. I also brought in this light blue color to add even more clouds. I liked how the background looked, and I could have stopped there, but I asked myself, why not add even more clouds? So I brought in the mint green that I colored the fairy's eyes with to make her eyes pop a little bit more than they did before. After that, I seriously went all out on the clouds, adding dark purple and blue clouds until the entire background was covered in all these different colored clouds. I know some people may think it's a little much, but I really do like how it turned out. It makes the drawing look more interesting and eye-catching. This also makes me glad that I only colored her wings with the light purple, because if I added all the purples, her wings would blend in too much with the background. I traced over her antennas with the white gel pen because they were a little hard to see against the dark purple clouds. Wow, this fantasy land has some crazy clouds in the background. I guess this could also be interpreted as little flowers in a field behind her. Either would work, but clouds were more what I was going for. I do understand that flowers would make a little more sense with all the crazy colors. Now that I'm finished, it's time for Clover to choose what the fairy's name will be. Now it's time for some bloopers. watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and comment down below if you have any pets. And remember, keep being creative. Bye!